Hey Crazy Crafters, welcome to Technique of the Week here with Krazy Kreations.
And if it's Technique of the Week, that means it's Wednesday and we have a special something to show you.
Technique of the Week is all about showing you how to use Krazy Kreations products in brand new crafty ways.
Yes, so my name is Kara.
And I'm Jackie.
And we are a mother-daughter team here at Krazy Kreations, located in blazing hot Wairika, California.
It is rather warm today.
It is.
We specialize in outline stickers, handmade microfine glitter paper, coloring with alcohol markers. We have card kits, monthly kit clubs, and so much more.
So much more is right. And today we are going to show you just another way to make a beautiful card using our outline stickers and glitter paper.
And it's a fancy fold card.
Or a spanner card. Whatever we want to call it. But it's going to be fun and I love it. And I say we get started.
First we're going to show you what this beautiful card looks like. We're going to show you how to make it. And at the end of the video we like to offer a kit just in case you want to make it with us. So let's go ahead and check out how gorgeous this card is.
Sounds good.
So this is our spanner card, but right now it kind of looks like an ordinary A2 card.
It does, but it has some really interesting features. So first of all, what is a spanner card? A spanner card has kind of this little, what do you call it, strip of paper that's holding these two sides together. And it's kind of a fun card because you open it this way and then you open it again. Isn't that fun?
I like it. So it has a little bonus there. And if you've ever made a spanner card, let us know in the comment section below. This is my first time seeing and making a spanner card.
I know. I just absolutely love this. Now, if you notice this part here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's embossed. So that's going to be part of our kit today, just so you know, is getting this embossed folder. Isn't that beautiful, Jackie?
It is, and it almost matches that rose outline sticker perfectly.
Probably why I chose that. Okay, so again, the spanner card, it has like different layers. It has this layer and then this layer. Isn't that fun?
It is. It's really fun. And this would be great for a thank you card, of course, because it does say thank you, but you can always change up the sentiment to make it a birthday card, anniversary card, all occasion card, whatever you like.
I like that, and I also love the colors. It's just so summery feeling, don't you think so?
Yes, because we have our beautiful blooms paper here, our really pretty roses. And by the way, did you know roses come in so many different colors?
I know. So if you didn't want pink roses, you can make blue, you can make navy, you can make red, you can even
Orange,
have yellow. That's right. So I just love the contrast.
So we're going to show you how to make the spanner card, and then we're also going to show you how to do some coloring on handmade microfine glitter paper featuring the rose outline sticker.
Absolutely. So the very first thing is we need to make the card base. So this is a 5.5 inch wide by 8.5 inch high. And if you could kind of see, I've pre-scored the middle. So we're going to fold it right down in half.
And don't forget to comment on today's video because you might be the lucky winner of this card that we're making here today. I also want to do a quick shout out to Christine for giving us some stars today.
Ooh, I love that.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so all I did was I took my handy dandy tweezer tool, used it as a bone folder, and I went along that scored line and I just kind of folded it. So now I have a typical A2 card, which is 5.5 inches wide by 4.25 tall. Okay, this is what we call landscape orientation. If it was like this, it would be portrait, but we're doing a landscape card today. Okay, so the next thing that we really have to do is to get these panels. Do you want to hold those up again?
Okay, so these panels here.
Yep. So we're going to get my handy dandy paper trimmer. Now, in order to make this work, you kind of need to have a paper trimmer that has like one of these type of things, not a guillotine is what I'm trying to say, because when we put this in here, we are going to go to 1 inch, and I have 1 inch on both sides, so I'm looking at this side. But we are going to actually cut this paper, but starting from the fold here all the way down. So if you have a guillotine, it's going to cut the whole thing.
Okay, if you're going to cut from the bottom, from the middle down, let's scoot this up just a tiny bit. There we go.
Okay. Now, if you don't have that and you just have the guillotine type of trimmer, then what I suggest you do is you go ahead and use a pencil and a ruler, and you're going to draw a line 1 inch from the side, from the fold down on each side, and that's how you'll get your cut. What do you say? What say you, Jackie?
Sounds good, but don't worry if you didn't understand that and you still want to try the card. We do provide written instructions in the kit.
Now, on this particular type of trimmer, I am measuring here. There's a little ruler on the side here, and I'm kind of going up to that fold near 4 1/4, and I've lined it up on 1 inch, and I'm just going to cut all the way down. And if you didn't get all the way up, you could take your scissors and go up to the fold if you're a little nervous about that. And then I'm going to turn it over and do the same. Any questions, Jackie?
No, but it does look like you just need to be aware of the orientation of your card when you're cutting it, because you don't want to cut the wrong side once you start cutting.
So there we go. So I purposely didn't go all the way up to the fold so I could show you. If you didn't, that's okay, because all you're going to do is take your scissors, go in there, and just go to the fold. You don't want to go on the fold, you want to go to the fold. But now that we've done that, we now have 1, 2, and this will be our middle panel. Cool,
Okay.
right?
That looks good.
And the back is complete. We didn't touch it at all. So that's how you kind of get your spanner card. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do a little folding here. Now to hold these down, that's where that other piece is going to eventually come into play.
Okay, I'm just going to open up the card so we can see what she's referencing here. Okay.
All right, so the next thing that I want to do is go ahead and emboss this part. What do you say?
Okay, let's do it. So this is called dry embossing.
Yes, so we're going to move that aside and make room. Now, in our little studio here, we're using this machine called the Cuttle Bug. This is an embossing machine, and it also cuts die cuts, right?
Yep.
Is that what they're called? Dies?
Dies.
Metal dies. But you might have a Big Shot, or there are lots of different brands, right?
Yes, there's so many different ones to choose from. They've been around for a while, so the odds are you probably have one of these at home.
Now this is the embossing folder. So if you look at it, I have a little piece of washi tape in here, and I'll tell you why in a minute. It's a little trick of mine. But if you look up close, you're going to see that it kind of has, I don't know how to show you, it has an etched kind of design. I'll let Jackie do it. She's better than me.
So in here we can see that there's a rose pattern.
And by the way, this is kind of a hard to come by type of embossing folder, and it's beautiful with this rose on it. So I just really love it. It's from that company Doris, which isn't around anymore.
Is it hard to come by because it's retired
Yes.
or discontinued?
Probably.
Okay.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our machine, and then we're going to take this paper, which is the same color as the card, and it's actually the same exact size as this middle. So that is actually measures 3.5 inches wide by 4 1/4. And we're going to go ahead, and because it's yellow cardstock, both sides are the same. It doesn't matter which side you put in. And we're going to position this the way that we want. So because my embossed pattern is larger than my paper, I'm just going to kind of move it around to where I want it. Now once I'm satisfied that I like that, whoops, that's where I use my little piece of washi tape, and I kind of just secure it in there so it won't move. because once I line it, I don't want it to really move. I want it to be straight and nice, right?
Right, so that's just securing it so it doesn't move around on us.
Yes. Now, when you use an embossing machine and folder, your machine probably has certain ways to put these little sandwiches. Ours are BB and the main panel, right? But yours may be different. So whatever your machine says, might help if I have the handle on the right side. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is run it through the machine. Okay, and I have done that. And what should have happened, Jackie?
We're going to see some nice embossed lines on the cardstock. So now there's a pattern on there. Beautiful.
Okay. So sometimes I go back and forth a couple times just because I want to. So you could do it any way you want, but once should be kind of enough, right?
Yeah, so shall we take this out of here?
Yes. Can you do that for me?
So because washi tape isn't very sticky, it doesn't damage your cardstock at all. So I just took that out. We're done with the embossing folder, so we can put that aside.
And then this is where we're going to come back to this paper, and this is going to get adhered right onto the middle there. So I'm going to turn it over. And by the way, the back is called deboss, so you could have that side too.
Right, so there's embossed and debossed. And it doesn't matter really which side you pick, whichever one you like better.
Now, I'm just doing this because I like that embossed look. You could keep this plain. There's nothing wrong with keeping this part plain, but I just think the embossed part's kind of cool.
And it adds some visual interest and it adds detail to the card. And I did see a lot of comments saying that these colors were really bright and fun. This is a beautiful card. Thank you so much.
Okay, so now I have my embossed look just like that. Isn't that pretty? Just almost just like that. It's pretty. What do you think?
I like it.
Okay, so that's how we did that part. Now we're going to decorate the sides here. So we went ahead and we cut 4 pieces of our decorative paper. So we're going to put 2 on the front. And I love that they have that little yellow, right? So I'm going to let you do that part, Jackie. So here's the tape runner. Which 2 would you like?
This one, this one.
Okay, so these are 3/4 inch wide by 4 inch tall. And we're going to turn them over and we're going to put each one on each panel. One on each panel.
Got it.
This is where we could use our crafting tool, but it's not here again.
Yeah, why do you keep taking it away?
I don't know. I guess I just keep taking it. So we're going to have to strap it to our table.
So I am leaving a little bit of a border showing. So it doesn't go all the way to the edge. There's about that 1/8 inch going all the way around. There we go.
And then we're going to go ahead and take our border stickers. Now, I love these border stickers. They're gold, and you could tell I use them quite a bit. But there's 3 different size lines in there, and you could pick which size you want. But today, let's use the middle size, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to come in. We're going to
peel
the border. And I think this border just adds that little touch. So it kind of is nice on the seam of the paper.
It just adds a little bit of shine, a little bit of bling. And so this is a sticker, so it has adhesive on it already. All you have to do is peel it off the sheet, stick it to your card, and trim it if you need to, and voila. That's how easy it is to embellish with the holographic border stickers.
I know, and I just think adding this, it really brings out, it just adds that shine to the paper. It's really pretty. And so maybe you can't see it on camera, but I tell you in person it makes quite a difference. So we'll see one and the other in a minute. We could kind of compare. What do you say?
Okay, I'll wait for you to do the top and the bottom. So she's going around all 4 sides of each floral paper. And if you have any questions about this card, let us know because we're live and I am watching your comments. So that means that I can answer the questions while we're doing the video right now. Of course, there is replay available afterwards too.
Yes, what would we do without replay, right?
I know.
I don't know if I got that a little crooked. So what I love about these is you can just fix it as you go and then press. All right, so we could kind of show one and the other, right? Okay, so I'll let you kind of do that.
All right, so we have the right side has those holographic gold line stickers around it, and then the left side does not. So you can see that it just adds a subtle shine on there, a nice detail to the card.
It really does. Okay, so now next up is going to be our spanner. So how the spanner is going to work is you can see that if you don't have something, it's kind of floppy, don't you think so? So we need something here to kind of secure our two ends, and that's where the spanner piece comes into play. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open these up, and I'm going to turn it around, and basically on the inside this is going to get adhered like that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and which piece should I put it on?
Here and here.
Yeah. I always have to think, which one do I want my adhesive on? Okay, and by the way, if you're making, you can make these spanner cards all different ways. Maybe on yours you don't want it to be to the edge, you know. Maybe you want this piece to be up a little bit.
Hey, you can customize it any way that you want.
But there we are. So now, as you can see, the card has a lot more structure to it and strength because we've added that piece. And so then we open that, and then we open that. Isn't that cool?
Very fun.
So I don't know if we need to zoom out, but it looks like we're okay. All right, and then we are going to have a sentiment here. So we've cut a little piece of white, and we're going to put it right there. Now, the sentiment and the other side, maybe you could show it because we're not in the, both cards are not in there, have the border, right? And I didn't do that.
Right, so in the video, Kara just did this side here, but in the sample, this, and this all have those holographic gold lines going around them.
Yes. So I just kind of cut a white strip that's 3/4 high and 3.5 wide, and I put it on the spanner piece.
And
okay?
it fit perfectly.
It did. So now we've kind of done the front except for our beautiful glitter part. And oh, we could put the sentiment. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, we didn't do our sentiment yet.
Okay.
So we're using the Thank You Lines mini sticker today, and there's different versions of saying thank you on here.
There is. So I think on this one I'm going to do thanks. Now I will tell you, if you notice these lines here, they're kind of longer than I use, so you can cut the lines. So these tail lines, before and after, you could cut those off a little bit. See how I trimmed it? But this word isn't as large, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that on here. Leave room for our flowers, right?
Right, we want to leave room for the roses over on the left-hand side.
Okay. So we did that. Now let's move our way to the inside of the card, okay?
Okay, so what? Oh, here we go.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and put a piece of white cardstock, and the white cardstock measures the typical 5 1/4 by 4.
I would like to know how many of you watching like to decorate the inside of your card, because I tend to leave it blank and just write a message at the last minute to whoever I'm giving the card to, but I really like the look of this decorated inside.
Yes, and then do you remember those last remaining strips? That's where we're going to use these, and we're just going to put it right here on the sides, and then later you'll want to put your borders around these. And that's how we did it.
Very simple, but it just adds a nice, you know, it makes it beautiful inside.
I think so.
But it's not very complicated at all.
So I think the best thing to do is to keep decorating with those borders, and it's going to look just spectacular in there. And now we have the makings of our spanner card, and we are on to coloring.
Yes, so we'll need to color our roses so that we have a beautiful image on the front here. And so I'm going to take this card and move it aside. This one will be over here. So in order to make these roses, the very first thing we need is the Krazy Kreations microfine glitter paper. And it's handmade, so we need to rub it or burnish with our fingers. And this will make it nice and shiny and smooth like velvet.
Now this is a smaller piece than we normally have, so I've cut it down just so it fits in the camera well, but we sell them in 6x6 and 8.5 by 11 pieces.
Yes.
Okay, now here is our rose sticker, and as you can see, I've already peeled the roses that were on here. So when you see the white, that means they've been peeled, but we still have room to make 2 more cards. So each sticker will make 3 cards.
Which is a lot for a sticker sheet. So we're going to peel the outline of the rose. And I'm just going to color 1 rose today. But you can see how easy that was to just peel and stick. And these stickers will adhere to anything you like. So today we're using glitter paper, but you could also use our outline stickers on paper, vellum, acetate, wood, glass. There's so many different things you can do. And I did notice that in Kara's sample here, she separated her leaves. So we can separate them now, or we can color them and then cut them apart later.
Yeah, I tend to keep them together and then I cut them apart later.
Okay, let's do that. All right, so once you have them on the glitter paper, it's really important to burnish the stickers down. I'm going to use a brayer tool to do that. You can also do that with your finger or a bone folder, but you want to add pressure so the sticker is really sealed onto that glitter paper. And now we're ready to color with some alcohol-based markers.
Yeah, so for these roses, we went ahead and we used a lot of different colors. RV17, excuse me, RV09, RV04, RV02, and RV00. Do you have 02?
No.
So 00. So those are kind of the 4, and you could kind of mix it up as you want. 2 are dark and 2 are lighter.
Okay, so are you saying you didn't use all 4 colors on each petal?
No.
So you did like dark and a light, dark and a light.
And then sometimes I added a little, but yep, you do your thing. But that's basically correct what you said.
So the basic technique for coloring on glitter paper is to have a dark marker and a light marker. So I'm going to pick a dark pink and a light pink. I'm going to start with the dark pink first, and I'm going to use my brush tip to add dark pink where I want a shadow to be. So that would be on the inside of the petals. Then I'm going to take that light marker, in this case it's RV04, and I'm just going to go to the edge of that dark pink and just kind of pull the color to the outside of the petal. And you get that beautiful blending and shading.
Yes, and that's the whole reason we do it this way, is to have that blending and shading look. So I just think it really, really adds something, don't you?
I do. So this time, instead of RV17 and RV04, I'm going to try to do RV09 and RV04 and mix up the colors a little bit so that the whole flower is not the same. So this is my dark color, which is a little more of like a vintage pink, a little more of a dusty rose color. And then RV04 is my light pink. You do the same thing, you go to the very edge of that dark color and just drag into the white space.
And all of these colors that we're using, the 4 colors, which again are RV17, RV09, RV04, and then Jackie will use RV00. They're all complementary to each other.
And you can even use 3 colors together if you want to. So let's try that. So RV17 is my dark color. Let's do some RV04. This will be my medium color this time, so I'm going to leave some white space.
And you could color over the sticker, right?
You can, yes. And I'm going to use my RV00 as the lightest color. Just like that.
That's just beautiful. Maybe we ought to hold it up so everyone could see.
So there's so many different ways to color this rose, and we're just using the pink colors. And you see there's quite a few different tones in there.
Yes, I love it. And when it dries, they always dry a little differently than, you know, when they're wet. So let things dry if you're not sure. So where are you going next to finish this?
All right, so I'm just going to go back to my RV17. I think I'll do some RV04. I really like this RV04.
I could see that. That seems to be your fave, your go-to one.
And this color is in that pastel set that we carry.
And if you don't have that, you can definitely get a good look with RV17 and RV00 or whatever dark and light pink combo alcohol ink marker you have.
There. So there's our rose. And then for the leaves, we're going to do a very similar technique, but with a dark and light green. So I'm going to grab YG29. And did you use YG00?
Correct.
Okay, so these two colors, we're using the Rite Art markers today if you are looking for these colors. And this time I'm going to go over those black lines. So I'm just coloring with that dark green over the black lines of the sticker. That will speed up my coloring a little bit. And then I'm going to go to the edge where the dark green ended and just pull or drag the color to the outside of the leaf.
I love that squeaky sound.
It's the happy marker sound.
The happy marker sound, that's right. We've now labeled it. We've given it a name.
Okay, let us know if you like the happy marker sound. Alright, so that was really easy to color, and now the next step would be to take your scissors and cut around each shape following the black line of the sticker.
Yes, so I will demonstrate with these leaves here. And again, you're just going to take your scissors, follow that black line, and on the leaves, because we said we separated the leaves, you're literally just going to trim that out and not worry about the stem. And just cut. And by the way, alcohol ink markers dry immediately, so it's not wet, which is really nice. And just get that little piece, and then there we are.
Very easy. Now if you want to take it a step further, you can go around the edge of your leaf with a black marker. Are we going to do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I have my black marker here. I'm going to hold my leaf and carefully go around the edge to hide any of the white paper that might be showing from when we cut it out.
You could also do that with an ink pad or a sponge, however you like to normally distress your edges. Okay, so we showed you how to color. Once you cut out all the images, now you are going to want to follow the sample. 2 large roses, 1 small. The small one is pop dotted, and then the 2 leaves. Now here's the key to this card. These have to be adhered to the spanner or to the side. So you don't want any adhesive coming into the middle onto the embossed part because it won't open then. So you don't want any adhesive under here, all right? So when you're arranging it, you just want it to be kind of like an L, right?
Right. And that's all there is to it on how to make this Mosaic Rose spanner card.
Yes.
Very easy, but such a pretty card and just fun to try something new.
Shall we open it one more time just to show how the spanner part works?
So there's that part. Oh, let me zoom out a little bit and start over here. There we go. Okay, so first you open this part here, And then this part, you can write a message right inside.
Okay, so if you want the instruction and the guide on how to do this and to duplicate exactly what we have, including the embossing folder, we have a kit for you.
We do, because we want you to try something new.
Okay, so first of all, we're going to need our rose stickers. So this again is called Roses. It makes 3 cards, so there are 6 large, 3 small, and 3 sets of leaves.
By the way, I saw a comment, is this rose sticker new?
No.
It's actually one of the older ones.
And I love it.
We revisited it.
Yes. And then you're going to get a full sticker sheet of these border stickers and the mini sentiment. Now look how many sentiments are on there.
So many to choose from. But remember, you can always switch it up with the sentiment you have at home in case you don't want a thank you card.
And then here is that wonderful embossing folder. Here's what the actual emboss looks like.
And it can be used over and over and over again.
Yes. And then you're going to get a 6x6 piece of our handmade glitter paper. And of course, we want you to have envelopes to put your cards in.
So you get 3 envelopes because this kit makes 3 cards.
And then, in order to make the 3 cards, we're going to give you 3 of these yellow cardstocks, 1 white, and 1 beautiful bloom paper. So there are 3 yellows here. Let me just fan that out for you. So 3 yellows, 1 white, 1 beautiful bloom. You're going to get the envelopes, the glitter paper, the embossing folder, and these